Alright people, welcome to Return to the Jungle number 7. I am with BXD and this is going to be the first game in this tournament.
Yeah boy, let's get things started.
We got remote spawning over the top left as Red Human and GB at the bottom right as the Green Undead.
Did GB plop down the creep first, or did he plop down all three at one go?
I'm pretty sure he put down the crypt first.
Yeah, because I didn't manage to catch that. So Terenas Stand, a lot of Undead likes to go for fast expansion, especially against human, which is I would say human still have the advantage on Terenas Stand. Your natural expansion is very easily protected by yourself. Yeah, it's a very good position for fast expansion for the human.
Yes, indeed. And usually on Terenas Stand, the expansion can be seen through the site across the river there. You can just come to the edge, and if it's an undead expansion, you can easily make it out because of the blight, of course. We got a Crypt Lord being selected by GB over here.
And Mountain King coming in from remote.
Okay, so we're gonna have Crypt Lord versus Mountain King, a different hero selection for both of the players. Let's see how this turns out to be, as we got remote sending out the annoying scout footman, which got bumped into a sheep for a moment there.
It seems that remote will be creeping out the mercenary camp first, so that's a guarantee level 2 there if there is no lightning shield deny. And maybe afterwards you'll move on to the fast expansion.
May very well be the case, and I guess this could work out as a good strategy against Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord is a really beefy hero, and ever since the latest patch, they have made Crypt Lord very viable. Okay, remote just detected that. We'll run back to the base with that scout footman and not be there to annoy or anything. GP will go after the Apprentice Wizard camp there. The 3 small little wizards there can easily take them out without much of a problem.
And GB is going for attack, so it won't be an expansion attempt coming in from him. Because we've seen from a lot of undead players, from Craft and other undead players, they like to go Creep Lord expansion, which is one of the best strategy out there for undeads right now. Because undead on 2 bases, you can practically do whatever you want, to be honest.
And remote sending his scout footman to actually detect that. He sees that there is no expansion coming up for at least this point of time. He's gonna keep the scout footman there for some time. And okay, remote actually went for thunderclap. Oh, that footman may get surrounded. Got out. Unlucky there for GB because he had so many units, still couldn't get the surround off.
Yeah, and now remote going in for his expansion.
The
3 from expansion. Okay.
beetles are supposed to outrun the footmen. They have a faster movement speed.
Do they?
Yeah, beetles have fast movement, and if you click on the footman, it's average movement speed. Just hover over the armor. Okay, remote will clear out his expansion and put it down. GB is nowhere nearby, so GB has no knowledge of A, the Mountain King, and B, the expansion coming up. Remote will live behind that Tome of Intelligence. Why do people do that?
Yeah, but I think this could be very bad for GB. Mountain King now level 3, and GB now goes for his natural, but with Thunderclap it can work so well against beetles, especially if beetles aren't level 2.
You're actually right. Beetles are level 2 and they can take a lot of damage with Thunderclap. And since remote knows that GB is going in for the carrion beetles, going for tier 2 after your expansion comes up and then picking up a couple of priests can easily deal with that. And as we have seen GB's gameplay, we do know that he loves to go for Necro Wagon.
Yeah, I think GB, he could have cracked his natural a lot faster. If you look in his base, he has a lot of ghouls and not using them to their fullest extent.
Oh,
Undeads
yeah.
are yeah,
Yep.
undeads you usually just only need 3 ghouls in your main, and 4 if you are like super short on lumber, but usually 3 is more than enough.
It
And we
should
are
be
seeing
enough.
remote's going to run into GB. GB, I don't think he has the army to counter against a level 3 Mountain King with Berserker and with Shadow Priest. Even ghouls will just die to the Thunderclap.
Thunderclap is level 2, by the way, so that's just much more dangerous. There we go. We got a abolish magic being used by the Shadow Priest over there. Remote doesn't even need them priest. He just has the Shadow Priest out of the mercenary camp. He's probably gonna go and pick up another one, I guess. That should be useful for him.
Oh, he's opting to creep the camp.
Okay, so he's going to try and creep that camp out while GB getting the DK out as second hero. He is down on levels. This can be really painful for him, and is going to be something that he is going to have a problem trying to come back. Asking in the
Yeah,
chat,
actually,
he said Necro Wagon was my favorite strategy before the Necro changes. Well, the Necro changes don't really affect the Necro Wagon strategy, to be very exact, right? You can still go in for the
yeah.
same strategy with
I
the
think
changes
if
done.
anything, they slightly buffed the Necromancer.
When the Necromancer got the buffs over there in that patch, and it kind of changed after that. When they actually got it, I actually made a meme and said that, yeah, why don't you just put the Necromancer in the altar now? Since it's this good. Remote
Oh
denying
no.
some critters there. Yeah, definitely want to do that against
Looking,
undead players.
looking at the inventory of Remote, he has 2 Mental of Intelligence, so mana regeneration. It's quite good. Even Talisman of Evasion, so this is very
Pretty
good
good.
situation for Remote right now. Has more mana stealing and even the greater healing. And we see Slaughterhouse and Temple of the Damned plopped down by GB. GB is at tier 3, but has GB scouted the expansion? I don't think so,
No.
right?
No, GB has not done any kind of scouting whatsoever. I have seen no Skeleton Warriors scouts. I have seen no Carrion Beetle scout. There's something that you want to do in these games, and whenever you go for Carrion Beetle, you definitely want to have like 2 of them lurking around the map, because well, they're not really that good in terms of when it comes to fighting. You can actually just have them run around and get you the information. We have Asking says, or was that not part of the changes? I don't remember. It was actually, they did get some sort of buff there. Then it got changed again. Earlier, Unholy Frenzy became an AoE thing, but then they changed it back to what it was.
Yeah, because you have to sacrifice 1 unit, and people is like, nope, that's too much of a cost.
Yeah, too much of a cost, just sacrificing a skeleton warrior or a ghoul for AoE Unholy, I don't think so, man. So GB trying to get his heroes to level up. Sorry, I cut you there. You can go ahead.
Speaking of the Necromancers, not a lot of people use it. Like, a lot of them don't see the viability of it, especially on the pro level.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That it's not really a thing which is that good as at a pro level, because the pros are able to deal with that. They are able to deal with that. I wouldn't say easily, but they are able to deal with that, mostly with dispel and stuff like that. And I think Remote is the one that needs to scout this out. I don't think he knows that GB is going for Necro Wagon, and he's lurking around the maps, doing some creeping and stuff, trying to get the MK to level 5, which is something that he should do, but he also needs to scout around. He has this annoying scout footman over there, which is going to die, by the way.
Yeah, but looking at the laboratory, Remote just bought a Zeppelin, and we are going to see a Zeppelin drop, perhaps. Remote, the Tome of Strength. Come on, man.
Yeah, Remote just dislikes tomes. His tome is still sitting there at the expansion, and he got a Blood Mage, by the way, and I don't think the Blood Mage is going to pick up the Tome of Intelligence either. Remote coming in. Incoming!
Incoming Zeppelin drop will be very deadly over here. Looking at the base layout. Okay, the Goldmine is not fully blocked off, but it is a dangerous situation.
Oh, that was deadly.
Like, yeah. Level 2 clap. It's going straight for the gold mine.
Second Thunderclap
GB
can
has
actually
to
kill a
repair.
lot of stuff there.
But GB has to repair if he wants to. Oh, look at that double clap. Okay, the priests, they are going to go down. One priest falls. And Acolyte, they are not, okay. Remote
What?
just going to fly away.
Where did that Scourge Bone Chimes come from? Who dropped that? Did Remote drop that?
Yeah, I think Remote dropped that.
Why didn't you drop the... Nah, never mind. Anyways, King says, or was that a part? I already read this. They are just lurking around menacingly. Lucky's player says hello. Hey Lucker, how are you doing? You have your match with Mino Micro, by the way. He did come on to the gym channel. In case he's online, you can go ahead with the matchup. We'll cast it right after this one as a replay, if you do it right away.
Or you could wait.
Anything works out. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have too many games today. it's all on you.
Look at Remote's main.
First map is this one.
Boy.
Terenas Stand LV. Remote's main. Whoa! Yeah, here we go, boy, indeed.
Shade finally come in, but it may be a little bit too late. I mean, with Necro Wagon, you have the mid wagons to go against the tanks, but double Arcane Sanctum, so you have a shit ton of priests coming out in moments. Get tanks on the way right now.
GB knows about this shade in the base of Remote. I was about to say that GB does not know about it, but now he knows about it. And this reminds me of an old game, by the way. It was called... I don't know. It was called something... Tanks versus Skeletons. Yeah, it was called Tanks versus Skeletons. About 10 to 15 years ago, back in the old Hellcraft server, there was a human player known as AIM who used the same strategy of tanks versus GB skeletons. and one more add-on to that, it was on Terenas Stand OG. So GB's about to get some flashbacks here.
But I'm surprised that GB is not punishing the human expansion. He only has a single arcane tower and nothing else. Usually at human expansion, we'll see multiple towers, we'll see farms, we'll see blacksmith built at the front to protect the towers, but this tower can be easily ransacked. I mean, this expansion from Remote could be easily ransacked, to be
Absolutely. GB hasn't punished the expansion at all, and he didn't scout the expansion earlier. He has a shade now, which, I don't know, maybe it detected it or not. But yeah, GB should have actually gone for the expansion after that. Okay, a good thing that he actually came back, because he should be able to face these tanks now. Remote sending the tanks in smaller numbers. If he actually kept about 6 of them and then released them at the same time, this would have been a different situation here. Now I'm gonna try and call it back. Should get some armor upgrades on them. Siege engines have the fortified armor, of course. They're going to take very, very, very reduced damage.
Yeah. One alternate thing Remote could do is get the Zeppelin and drop 2 tanks into the gold mine and yeah, just kill off the gold mine.
Yeah, definitely. The gold mine will be taken out, and GB doesn't have an expansion for full supply there.
Mountain King just hits level 5. Remote hearing what's on the floor. Oh, he picks
Remote has I think Remote has a gimmick that I shall not pick up tomes ever, because this is the 3rd tome that he's just left out.
Remote, if you're watching this, please pick up your tomes. Even Tome of Intelligence on the Mountain King is pretty good. You get extra points in mana regeneration.
Definitely. Okay, Rhino is on the stream. Hey Rhino, how you doing? Rhino says all he needs the tanks for is to buy time for the creeping right now. Doesn't matter if he doesn't do damage. Oh, he's just buying time for them creeping, I guess.
But Mountain King is already level 5, and there is not much left on the camp except for the 2 green camps in the middle and 1 more green camp at the southern side of the map.
Yeah, bottom left.
Yeah, the top left side. Yeah. There's necromancers, there is mid wagons, but there's a lot of priests.
Tanks going in. Also, Lucker says reading is for nerds. Remote 2020. I shall not pick up tomes. Reading is for nerds. One tank out. Other tank will probably die as well. Remote should have used a Zeppelin, especially considering the fact that he actually purchased this. This gave level 3 on the Death Knight there. Uh-oh, here comes Remote though. Level 2 Blood Mage and level 5 Mountain King, and also backing out.
Even level Paladin.
Okay, he also has a Paladin now. And he's just using those trolls there. He's trolling GB right now.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Feels bad indeed. He's not prepared for this. He is not prepared for this. Oh, there we go, skeleton. Priests, but the priests are just gonna die if they're gonna keep him alone there. Oh no, this is gonna be painful to watch. But GB's retreating. Oh, he came in from the back. Thunderclap. Who needs this spell? You have Thunderclap, right?
Yeah. Okay, the Blood Mage almost forced that, has to use the info. Level 1, building not as strong on the Paladin, and Remote has to TP out. It's just too many things. His army all over the place. Oh no, 2 tanks were left behind.
Oh, that's bad. He's gonna try and send them in, deal some damage. No attack upgrades. This is not good. Remote didn't went for any kind of attack upgrades on or any of his units there.
Ideally, you want at least 1 armor upgrade minimally on your tanks, in my opinion, at least, just for the extra tankiness. And we got a crap ton of priests. More priests coming out. They are still in adept training. I think Remote could certainly opt for the master training, Inner Fire. If I'm not wrong, you can put Inner Fire on your tanks as well.
Yes, Inner Fire goes on mechanical stuff as well. Which is crazy.
Yeah, and that is +5 armor on the tanks, which is kind of stupid if you ask me.
So Rhino says 2 base versus 1 base, so longer it goes right now the better for Remote. And yeah, he's actually right on that one. Not sure why Remote is 90 on 100. Remote is 90. He's 92 right now.
More tanks. Just more tanks coming in. I think Remote could certainly just opt for another expansion at the top right at this point in time, considering he has like 1,000 number.
Yeah, considering that fact, he should just send out those peasants, and 4 of them aren't even doing anything, just standing there.
Yeah, even knights coming in.
Okay, so he wants knights as well. Okay, I guess he wants to make every single human unit out there. Why are the tanks just... yeah, tanks are tanking the damage. They're not actually supposed to do that though.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to send the tanks directly to the main of the Undead. And let's see how this fight turns out. Level 4 on the Crypt Lord right now. Healing Ward on the floor. Isn't that Remote's Healing Ward?
I don't see a healing ward. There's way too much stuff here.
Yeah, the tanks are being taken out. The priest
Blood Mage.
Yeah, got healed there.
Remote's kind of throwing this game away right now.
Things are looking bad for Remote. Remote dropping down to 79 supply now. GP still have a lot of skeletons. The priest all out of mana. Without the Brilliance Aura, there is very low mana regeneration rate on those priests.
This looks really bad for Remote. He is definitely missing that mana right now. Mana regen.
Level 5 MK being focused right now. Paladin here, but is it enough to save the MK? MK still has a lot of mana.
Okay, I think he just siphoned up all the mana from the Blood Mage. No, Blood Mage goes down. Blood Mage actually had some item to save himself. He didn't use it, and he also had Staff of Sanctuary on his MK. Could have used that as well. Remote is throwing this game away.
No, Remote, what are you doing? Behind all of this, GB actually expanded as well, so we are out now 2 base on 2 base. If the game drags any longer, it will be favorable for the Undead, considering the natural of Remote only has 4k gold left. Paladin, the Divine Shield, save it for just a little bit, but Mountain King now in worlds of trouble. Got Skeletons, Midwagon, Necromancer, and the Undead Hero aiming for the neck, has to snuff it out, but that is the Mountain King decommission for what, and GG caught by Remote.
Have to say, I'm disappointed.
Yikes. That's all I have to say. Yikes.